Joe Robina here of C.O.B.R.A Defense Miami, talking to you today about a section of C.O.B.R.A Defense Training under the section of Improvisational Tools in what may very well be the most formidable improvisational tool of all, and that is the walking cane. So, if this is the first time you're hearing this, or if you've been considering, and you've maybe seen it, oh, cane self-defense, and you've been considering learning and getting trained with the cane, here are 10 things that you need to know regarding cane self-defense. Number one of the advantages of this tool, straight off the bat, is that it is legal to carry anywhere without a concealed weapons permit. You don't need a license to carry this. That in and of itself is a huge advantage, because that means that you can take it to a restaurant where there's a bar, you can take it into school zone, you can take it into a government building, you can still get it through airport security, you may even be able to sit with it on a plane, as I've done many, many times. Now think of the alternatives. Think of a firearm. Can't do that with a firearm. So part of the usefulness of that improvisational tool is that it is there for you when you may need it the most. Number two, this is a tool that's going to go unnoticed as a self-defense tool. People take a look at this cane, they don't automatically think weapon, 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 right? They associate it with injury and impairment of sorts, right? So that's excellent for us, because that means it flies under the radar. It means you can take it anywhere. Number three, the cane itself. Not all canes are created equal. So these aren't canes that, if you're thinking of the local, the cane that you pick up at your drugstore, made out of that aluminum, the Temco type canes, that's not what we're talking about, because they're feeble. They break easily, right? These are canes that they need to be of materials like aircraft grade aluminum or hardwoods, able to withstand the impact of another incoming weapon, just the way that you get attacked here in the US of A. Maybe somebody picks up a lead pipe or a baseball bat and they're coming at you, and you're putting that cane between you and the incoming attack, so it needs to be there for you. It also has certain features that are innocuous looking, but that they magnify its effectiveness for self-defense. Number four, the reach advantage of the cane. This is an automatic 36.5 to 37.5 inch reach. That means we can keep people at bay. That means that it ties into the fact that it is an impact tool. It seeks bone, and you get to strike that bone. That means that it is a bone crusher, right? So the reach advantage, particularly in a multiple attack situation, right? This guy goes to move, and I get to keep him at a distance, increasing the probability of getting away, buying myself some time, and surviving the attack. Number five ties into the C.O.B.R.A principle of action. Always, always, always being faster than reaction. Why? Because it's the quickest draw. Take a look at this guy. He may be hiding a knife, right? But still, this tool's already here. I'm always going to be the quickest draw. He goes ahead to move, boom, particularly if I've been profiling, I'm aware, I'm going to get there first. And whoever gets there first wins, right? C.O.B.R.A principle. Action, always faster than reaction. The versatility of the tool. So even if he breaks through, come around, right? I didn't have him in my 10 and 2. He get ambushed. Here it is. Here's the deal. You go to do your empty hand techniques. The cane makes up for a lack of empty hand skills, because it creates leverage. Take the horn, for example. When you go in here, listen to that. See how the knee bends and everything, right? So it's a tool of tremendous versatility. If he's over on this side, he throws a punch. Boom, there it is. Oh, that's the way you can lock him up. So it's effective even beyond your power shot range, where you're keeping him at bay. If he happens to break through that range, it's versatile enough that you can still survive from a variety of attacks, right? Number seven. Anytime that you're under duress, and we see this in C.O.B.R.A training because it's reality-based training, and you're under stress, and the adrenaline interferes with coordination. Somewhere, long time ago, a caveman somewhere picked up a stick and did this with it, right? Gross motor skills to keep somebody at bay. So this is a system that works with the adrenaline response and not against it. There's no fancy schmancy, and you're going straight ahead with it, right? It's an impact tool, works with that adrenaline response. Number 8, you learn it in a simple 5 power shot template. Not 7, not 10, not 12, not 15. Everywhere that he throws, he goes to throw a punch, boom, there it is, right? It's going to get caught. Here it is. The movements that you make it virtually impossible for your assailant to see any telegraphing. So if he's trying to read your move, when I do this movement, you don't know if I'm going to the top step in again the same word, or if I'm going down. Oh, sorry about that, right? Because that just found, I'm telling you, it's C.O.B.R.A. You found his shin, right? So that's a huge advantage as well. Number 9, when you go to move with this cane, the number one most overlooked factor in cane self-defense training is choking up on this. In other words, you're taking this from walking. There's only 2 ways you can carry this. Either you have it in a standard grip or a reverse grip, and when you have to spring into action, this ability of taking the cane from walking with that cane, that neutral, standard, or reverse grip, into a self-defense mode. So that's something that you're going to need to practice, right? You're going to need to practice choking up, taking it from here and lifting. It has to be a simple maneuver that is easy to carry out in real time. And lastly, number 10, when I developed this system, my concern was the grizzly knife attack. It is the number 1 tool that you have against a knife attack is going to be creating distance. And again, when you do this, notice how it forces him. If I'm over here doing this mechanism right here, and I'm getting loud, I'm using, again, C.O.B.R.A principle, verbal, back off, back off, back off, calling attention, that forces your assailant to make a decision. Either I'm going to go ahead and commit and attack and put myself in a 3-dimensional propeller, which is an absolute bone crusher. In the first 3 to 5 seconds, you have established the fact that you're not a soft target, you're a hard target. Now you're forcing him to make a decision. Am I going to stick my hand in the propeller, or am I going to live to rob another day? Okay? Those are 10 things you need to know regarding cane self-defense. I'm Joe Robina for C.O.B.R.A Defense.